generally Republican, but a very right-wing Congress, which is likely to be reelected because of the way the districts are drawn. The only thing which protects America from this right-wing laws being passed is the fact that there's a Democratic president that can veto the right-wing Congress. If you get a Republican president, even one that would be deemed responsible, no Republican president is going to be able to veto the Republican Congress because he would be challenged 4 years from now in the primaries. And no president has ever been elected that was challenged by his own party in the primaries since the 20th century began. So therefore, if you don't want a right-wing government, you have to make sure that at least the president is Democrat.
And I didn't hear whether you said if you had endorsed anyone.
I'm for Hillary Clinton. I always have been. That is, I don't have a bad word to say about Bernie Sanders. I think he's wonderful. I love him a lot on the issues. But I'm thinking in my mind, would he be elected president by the public at large? Among young people, yes. Among the nation as a whole, I don't think so. That's just my guess. And Hillary is the most prepared person ever to run for president who hasn't been president before.
What do you think of Donald Trump responds to these rallies? Do you think he shares blame for the way?
Well, of course he's partly responsible. You know, everyone in the end is responsible for their own behavior. But clearly, you've got to know that if you're going to stand in front of a crowd that is already hyped up and saying, I would punch him in the face, get him out of there, we used to know how to handle people like this. Well, that's, even if it isn't a direct beat him up, although it's pretty close to it, at least the code language is to stir up the crowd. You know, the first thing you're taught when there is a riot going on or where's the disturbing, you don't go into the middle of it stirring the people up to commit violent crime. So, of course he's prepared, so he knows that. He's a smart guy. You know, the only saving grace with Donald Trump is I really don't believe he believes the things he's saying. He's a showman. I think he's using it. He was very happy to have immigrants work in his companies. So I just believe he's using it. It's horrible that he's using it because I think it's racist. And I think that's not what America is about. The Statue of Liberty is what America is about, not a wall. People don't, you know, America hasn't been the shining light on the planet Earth because it had a wall. It's the Statue of Liberty. Let's not forget that.
Do you think his campaign still has the same appeal to his supporters if he took a more relaxed, statesman-like tone? Or?
I think it's starting to crumble. He still could get the nomination, but, you know, and you'll come back and make fun of me afterwards, but I think there is no conceivable way he is elected president of the United States. He may get the Republican nomination, but then a lot of good Republicans, they may not vote for Hillary, but they'll stay home.
So, Jerry, should Hillary go on and become the nominee in the general? You know, I spent Wednesday with Bill Clinton as he was here in Columbus and Chillicothe and Dayton. You know, sometimes he's portrayed as a liability. Do you think he's an asset to Hillary?
Of course he is. Take a look at America in the 1990s. And by any measure, whether it's the economy or whatever we were doing in America, you know, wasn't that a great presidency? You know, I know people say, oh, the Monica thing, but put that aside, which didn't have to do with the government, it had to do with him. But the country was in great shape. Yeah, where do I sign up to get 8 years of that kind of an economy? Sign me up.
Great. So he's an asset in the White House.
Absolutely. He was
internationally?
He was a great, the world, yeah. He's great with the world. So would Hillary be. You know, we have to think of those things. And right now, you know, we have to stop building a wall around America. We're all immigrants. Every single one of us is an immigrant, unless you're a Native American. So we're all immigrants. That's what America is.
How do you explain the fear that obviously Trump is latching on to a real fear?
You can always get people to be afraid. That's the human nature. It's not hard to get people afraid. Oh, you better be careful. Lock the doors. Don't go down that street. Be careful. You know, that's not hard to do, but that's not leadership. Leadership is to appeal to our greatest instincts, not the basest ones. You know, my show is crazy. That's television. That's entertainment. That's crazy. You don't run a country with a television show. Oh, how are you? my God.
I'm in New York.
Do they have a special table for pretty women?